you. Thank you for attending this session about AI glasses. My name is Valerie Riffaud Cangelosi. I run a consultancy specialized in XR solutions and smart glasses. I personally worked 10 years for a smart glasses manufacturer, starting in 2010, so quite a long time ago already. I belong as well to several industry-related associations, such as Reapse, the National Council of XR in France, CNXR, and as well the VR AR Coalition, what a name. And I belong as well to Silmo Group, so it's a group of experts, and I think I will try to explain why I think it really matters relating AI glasses, because Silmo is really a big fair and a big group around optical industry. So I think this story, may we like it or not, started with Meta Ray-Ban. It was the innovation that made these AI glasses become a thing. And this very brilliant partnership between Meta and EssilorLuxottica provided this new product that has very basic specification, but has the particularity to be really looking like your glass, the one you are wearing every single day. What makes it really different as well is that they started publishing volumes, sales volumes. And once they started talking about 2 million units, 2.5, 3 million units, we entered an area that for connected glasses was really a first. And that as well seduced a lot of manufacturers from all across the world to start studying the fact that they should have and they should own their own AI glasses. And it benefited the whole category of connected glasses, and from AI, but AR, and even higher end volumes, anything that can be see-through. So I try to categorize those different products coming on the market because it's important to understand that they eventually might not have the same target market, the same usages, the same route to market as well, the same distribution. And that's why I think it's important to categorize these categories. So AI glasses with screen, which is coming up more and more. The AR glasses might be truly AR or not, but that position themselves as such. And of course, as well, the augmented reality, truly augmented reality headset or smart glasses, the higher end. And this is as well a hot topic. I mean, at Reapse, we are trying and sourcing since a year products to replace Microsoft HoloLens. But for the sake of this conference, I won't cover this part. It could be a full subject in itself. So I will really cover AI glasses, AI with display, and AR glasses. AI glasses. What is so particular about this is that they look like glasses. And this is the fundamental start of everything. If we want, as a total industry of smart glasses, become really, truly mass market, we have to provide a product that is absolutely seamless for the users, that they know, that they have been wearing forever, or at least for a very long time. So the fact that they look like optical glasses is really the first important point. The second aspect is that they are very simple. Speakers, microphone, a small chip. It's connected to the phone via Bluetooth, so no, it's not fully standalone. And of course, it integrated AI. And it drives with AI a lot of different kind of usages and applications developed or to be developed as well. So you can listen to music, take your calls with those glasses, translation, real-time translation. It's pretty much everybody is talking about real-time translation. I recommend you try several before you go for a model, because there are some that are truly real-time, sometimes not, and depending as well on the translation, it might be really different. But still, this is a very valuable use cases. It can end up being navigation, taking photos for social media. And of course, once you have the camera, besides just discussing with your Gen AI, you can as well start analyzing the surroundings and making a kind of work to understand the world around you. So that's something that is really powerful. And having this contextual information is going to be one of the main strengths of these AI glasses. So there are some models that are already in the market coming up, and you will see that maybe today you see Ray-Ban Meta as a kind of leader in this market. There are so many models coming up next year that you're going to have plenty of choices. The second product that might be a bit challenging is AI glasses with display. So basically, in terms of specification, it will remain the same. Again, connected via Bluetooth to your phone. All the compute is done elsewhere. But you will have a display. So you need more battery. You might need to understand how you're going to merge the display with a prescription. There are challenges. But basically, it has to remain the same form factor, glasses. Like, I look at you, I can't really know if you are wearing connected glasses or not. It might be frightening somehow, but still, it's the way we have to go to make sure everybody is embracing this kind of models. The technologies might differ. We might have all our opinion around those technologies, but they could be Ray-Ban Meta display. I've chosen to make a monocular full color. You might have more models coming up with binocular that is usually perceived as more comfortable, and only green text. So it could be a kind of heads-up display where you see different information. And it makes sense. Translation, we were talking about real-time translation. When you talk to someone in a different language, with the AI glasses without screen, you're going to hear at the same time the translation while the person is talking. It can be a little bit cumbersome. If you have a screen, then you will see the translation appear right in your field of view. And then it can serve for subtitling, translation, a lot of usage, seeing the direction, seeing basic information in the form of heads-up display is really what you're going to see coming up in the market real soon. Augmented reality glasses, the grail, what everybody would like to do today in this form factor, having the possibility to analyze the surrounding, anchor 3D products in the real world. It's complicated. It's complicated because everybody can understand that everything you have in your smartphone, if you have to put them into your glasses, it becomes a bit bulkier, and the battery has to be, kind of suitable for those kind of usage. And then we end up with Microsoft HoloLens, if you really want to do it that route. So that means we will need time to go to the AR glasses for the mass consumer people, because what, again, they want trade-off is a form factor. They want something that is invisible. And of course, they want it standalone. That means it eventually, in I don't know how many years, would eventually replace your smartphone. So that's all those kind of challenges that have to be overcome, and that will take some time. So what you see currently on the market is rather secondary display. They claim to be AR glasses, but we have been working in the industry for some time. They are not truly AR. But it's still very interesting to see that they have, with time, bigger field of view, more qualitative images. They start adding some specification, 3DoF, 6DoF. And of course, they are still related to the phone because they need to keep as much as possible a form factor that is acceptable. So this is still a market that has to be developed as well in terms of usage, because basically what they do is usually, if we consider X-Reel or Rayneo, it's a cinematic experience. You can watch movies, you can play games, because it's USB-C connected, so if you have a switch, it can connect and you can play the games. It could be eventually a virtual office, so that you have different screens, you connect to your computer, and you have 3 screens with your Outlook, PowerPoint, and so on. But basically, that is it. It's where we are at the stage of evolution, what the products can provide, and as well the kind of value. And that's why, as well, there are not so many sales if you don't have an interest in those 3 usages. Eventually, it's still interesting to point that Snap is finally, the spectacles that you can see over there are truly the only AR glasses that I know that are meant for kind of consumer eventually. So they have released 5 generations of developer models without selling truly the product, which is extremely brave in this industry. And they are planning to release in 2026 a real consumer model that we will be able to access. But they are fully standalone. You have a very good tracking. There are a lot of points that can be improved, but they are truly AR. And that's the kind of products we would like to see more and more coming in the market. So what's next? Where are we heading? AI glasses, in my opinion, is going to stay forever, somehow, because basically there is no screen, so there is no bothering with prescription, with complexity. The technology is quite simple to be embedded, standalone, I mean, of course, it's connected to the phone, but you can leave it in your pocket for most usages, and they have the perfect form factor. And eventually, as well, I wouldn't see why not every brand in the near future would have their AI glasses. I think probably Chanel, Nux, anyone, Decathlon, they will have their AI glasses because it's a simple technology, it's a good way to brand product, and eventually, if you are owning your own AI, it's a fantastic way to drive everything to the consumer market and embedding your own AI. So yeah, the future for me, they will stay, and they will be embraced by most population, and probably everybody is going to wear connected glasses by default in, I don't know, 5 to 10 years from now. Now, AI glasses with displays are more challenging, so it takes a bit more time, but from this end of the spectrum, what matters is that they keep the form factor. They can't deviate from this. So it takes time to add bits and pieces of technology to go towards AR and to the grail that everybody would like to achieve, but they will have to make a lot of efforts, but as well the components and all the industry around should make some efforts as well, so that we can embed more and more technology in this. They will just start as well using all the components that are required to make true augmented reality. On the other side of the spectrum, you have the AR glasses, and they are trying to do the opposite. They try to, with all the capabilities they have, to make the product more sexy. You have thinner pancake, the projection is nicer, nice field of view, but still trying to restrain the size, the weight of this form factor, and eventually as well to remove this tethered capability that makes that you can power those projectors to make really the system work, because the battery in all subjects are always a big, big topic. So by having this form factor improvement, starting to integrate AI and getting rid of the tethered phone, I think more or less they are aiming both at the same direction from different angles, but they're all aiming at this famous grail that might be achieved in, I don't know. I'm not like Ori and Bar, I don't give dates, because being in this kind of industry for 15 years, I avoid giving any kind of dates, but sometime, at some point. So this will come with challenges, and especially for the AI glasses, because they claim having the form factor, and they are probably the most able to reach everyone tomorrow. And it comes with challenges, and I just selected 3 that, in my opinion, are very important and should be absolutely tackled to make it a success. The first one is usage and applications. It's nice that we can have live translation from someone in front of us, or calls, or talk to your AI while you are going to the grocery store, but it has its limitations. I think what we have today in terms of list of applications is not good enough for the mass market. We have to be super creative. We have to give value to the consumers that they really enjoy and buy, eventually, connected glasses. So that means that the provider of those AI glasses as well has to make things simple to make the developers create the right applications for those glasses. It's challenging. There might be no screen, so everything has to be managed through the audio, and you have to find ways to make it more entertaining, appealing for the mass population that might have different requirements. So it's not simple, but the developers community is huge and thrilling and always happy to develop. So Meta just announced they provide their SDK now, and Google is coming along as well with Android XR. You might have seen the announcement yesterday. So there will be there, but there will be others as well. And most of the others that are maybe smaller, they systematically provide the SDK from the beginning. So there is opportunity to make it happen and to have a lot of new applications coming up. But of course, in my opinion, it's a must. And I see already some journalists saying, OK, that's nice, but what else? What else can we do with those glasses? And we are at the stage where we have the capability to create those new usages. The second challenge is AI. So AI is an opportunity. I think everybody AR and AI, AI and AR all the time, and they are matching perfectly. But AI is as well something that can be difficult to accept for some when you go mass consumer. They might have a lot of questions, a lot of concerns, and we can't just ignore them. So one aspect is that if you buy Ray-Ban Meta, you're going to have Llama, so their AI. It comes with a package, it's totally integrated, and you have to live with that. And of course, it will be interesting for Meta, but for all the companies that might have an AI, that one day you might reach with AI the ceiling of retrieving all this information at all time. What we're going to have, maybe via those glasses, is to have new medium to drive more information to feed the AI. And that's something people need to understand when they buy glasses. If you think that tomorrow 60 million people have glasses, they will have 60 million people carrying an AI on their heads and sharing information. That's fine, as far as people understand. When they have an Instagram account, they may understand they are sending their data to Meta. When they are wearing Ray-Ban Meta, they have to understand that they are sending their data to Meta. And as far as they're aware of that, I think it's good. But there are as well brands that manufacturers that may come up with products that will not have AI. So currently, they may give you the choice, saying, OK, you want OpenAI or Perplexity, Claude, Mistral, whatever. And that's a very important point as well, that the users understand they might have a choice. It becomes even more challenging when it's about the camera and AI. As I mentioned, we will have a camera, looking at the surroundings potentially at all time where it's switched on. And it's important that, again, people understand what it implies. But as I was explaining about AI and feeding the AI, looking at the surroundings at all time is a fantastic source of information for those Gen AI. And once you have 1 billion people wearing these glasses with a camera working, I think this will just, increase the size of the ceiling for the AI and tracking data and making sure they have more sources of information. Because I will see people, even if it's not even face recognition, but, behavior, reaction. I will see how the worlds evolve around me. I will see a lot of things. And the camera will see and some data all and analyze at all time. So that's super interesting. And that's why, as well, you will see that they will all go that route. Apple, Google, Amazon, AI, every big company, tech, even Alibaba, Baidu in China. Because there's this, behind those AI glasses, you have this AI kind of huge opportunity that interests everyone. And of course, it will leverage as well the data privacy. It will leverage, can you recognize me? Can you track me? There will be a lot of things. It's good that we're still at an early stage and we figure this out, because it's good that we can explain to people, the mass consumer we are aiming at reaching, but as well that we can regulate. It can't be a kind of open space where anyone can do anything, because there is a lot of potential danger as well to use this AI in a wild way. The third challenge is, curiously for me, the very pragmatic and bigger challenge, because we tend to be in a consumer electronics kind of environment. We are providing AR glasses or VR headset, and it's really consumer-related, consumer electronics-related. The fact is, now that we have AR glasses, that aim to have the same form factor than glasses, we are primarily glasses. That means we're entering a world that we don't know very well. They have the industry, the optical industry, they have their own process, they have their own requirements, they have their own challenges. And again, ignoring that would perhaps make us fail in this market, because there are really things we have to take into account in the way we develop products. The first thing is size. I mean, I've seen many products coming up in the market. I'm trying to keep track of them. I gave up a little bit lately because there are so many AI glasses. But the fact is that you can't have one size of glass for everybody. We all have different head sizes. You might need a longer arm because it won't reach your ears or be super uncomfortable. You might have a nose bridge that might completely differ from one area of the world to another, but within as well Europe. So we can't think that one size is going to fit all. The second aspect is that I've seen all those products, they all look alike. You know, they are like Wayfarer, so the Ray-Ban Meta, in black, sometimes in color, but pretty much they look the same. Optical industry is working on design and fashion. You have to, when you go and buy your glasses, and again, I'm thinking about how we're going to reach the mass consumer. You go to an optical store or online, you want something that is really fashionable. You want something that is really appealing. So we have to develop the right design and the right brand. Do you think that Meta would have the success they have today if they would have released the same product without Ray-Ban brand and without EssilorLuxottica super huge distribution access? I don't think so. So that's something we have really to be part of, fashion and branding, stylish eyewear, be really appealing. And the big thing, prescription. 65% of people wear glasses every day. Okay, so that means the glasses you are providing to the market as a manufacturer has to be probably in most cases, you know, the provided glass has to be replaced by your prescription. It's something that you have to figure out maybe when you manufacture a product. If you want to have the bigger reach, make sure that everybody can manage the product properly. As a reseller, give them the tools to make sure that they can replace this glass very easily. And of course, there is as well regulation, medical transfer, and so on. So I think there are different aspects that are important, and distribution is another one. So I think the very important part is to create bridges between optical industry and the manufacturer, the consumer, because we can benefit from their expertise, from the store. They may have local specialists as well that are very close to the customer. They might know how to sell glasses. And of course, for them, we would provide the key to access this market, to drive this great opportunity, to be at the core of anything that is glasses related. So I think personally that those two industries that are so different should talk to each other. Just before finishing, one thing, because I work a lot on AI glasses lately, and my customer, rather on the higher end, say, oh yeah, why do you bother with those Magic Leap, Microsoft HoloLens, whatever? Let's keep all this stuff. Let's go for AI glasses. Very simple. I have just to remind everybody that size, once cannot fit all. You can buy 10,000 MetaQuest 3. You can't buy 10,000 Ray-Ban Meta and spread them around your people, because they have different sizes requirements. The prescription as well. The prescription in France is GDPR covered. You cannot ask someone to give the detail of their prescription requirements. So this is important as well to take into account. And of course, you have to manage a pool of products. So for a small group of people, that's fine. And if you have a few individuals. But if you want to equip 10,000 people, you have to think twice how you're going to manage those AI glasses that are a really different product. So thank you for listening. Really happy that I could share some of my perspective on this market. And of course, we are at the beginning of a journey. So what I think might be, a perspective. Really happy to discuss with you if you have any other perspective on this particular market, because honestly, we are at the beginning of a very long journey.